Good evening. It's Norma Cowie here again with Mental Mind Treatments. I trust you had a wonderful weekend. I'm back home. I had a little journey away. Well, I had just a little bit of surgery, which we prayed on last week, and it's all doing very, very well. And so I want to thank you for coming in, and I look forward to you putting your name up. If you want me to look at the numbers around a situation as well, I'm happy to do that. I have a few people who emailed me and gave me some numbers, so I do have a few of those to do as well. So I'll get started, and we'll see as we go evening. Now, the first person, and I'm going to, because they email me directly with their name, I'm going to say their first name. So this is for Sue. The numbers that were given to me was 1, 13, and 5. What this shows here for Sue, so there's an aspect she wants to focus on and stuff. And basically what the numbers tell me is that everything is possible for you. It is definitely a change, and it is a change away. But you do need some guidance, some understanding about the areas that you want to go in. You may, if you want, submit different cities and how I think they work. But it's like right now, what I see here is that you have, it feels really good, except you just want to make sure your facts and figures. So when we go into the treatment time of this, what I want to just do is just make a treatment of this whole thing of clarity. And so just remembering that we have one power and one essence. So knowing that there is one power and one essence, I speak my word for Sue. And as I speak my word for Sue, I know that in relation to movement, new homes, new cities, wherever it is I'm meaning to be, is that I have an inner clarity as to which feels right for me. Very often when the head is very, very involved, it's very difficult to find what the heart is saying. And I just want to take a breath and sort of say, okay, where do I really feel the best? Where do I feel will be my place? And to then own it and then move forward. And yes, there may be some obstacles, but nothing that can't be overcome or figured out or sorted. It's very simple, and I want to say thank you to the divine for the clarity of that. To give thanks for clarity to listen to the heart, clarity to listen to the real understanding of the direction that you're going in, and where and how and all things. And I sincerely thank you, Sue, for this. And if you remember if it gets to me by 6 p.m. on a Monday night, numbers, questions, etc., we will go from there. So we can do a treatment on it, and we can also take a look at it. So I thank you for that. And I see that Karen has come on too within the chat, and she says, hi, I would love a treatment for increasing the lightness in my thinking. So that's a good one. I have been doing my homework with your transformation tape. So amazing. Thank you. And the 3 numbers are, hang on, I'm just going to write those down because that gives me better clarity. 19, 14, 15. Okay. So let's address the numbers first, Karen. 19, new beginning, moving into newness and awareness. 14, rebalancing everything. 15, fear. Not fear, emotionality. It's more emotional, upset, not always clear. So there's a fear. I'm going to still go back to fear because that's the word that came to me. It's a fear into maybe that I'm not accurate, or maybe I'm not right, or maybe I'm not doing whatever I need to do. So I think on the whole here is that you are 3/4, if not more than that, where you need to be. But the doubt, the questioning, what if I'm not right? What if I'm doing it wrong? All those little niggly thoughts that I know we've talked about before. So I am going to do a little treatment on how this works. So I know there is one power and one essence, and that all of us are connected to this beautiful love essence that's in everything. And in that essence, I speak my word for Karen. And as I speak my word for Karen, I know that I can listen to my heart and to my knowingness and trust the process of support from the universe. I open myself up to all that is there. I open myself up freely, equally, easily, knowing I can move forward with strength, purpose, love, light, and essence. When I listen to my heart, when I trust the universe to bring to me directly in front of what I need, desire, want, I have a clarity that is very clear. When I let go of my fears of not being accurate, when I let go of my fears of not being right, when I let go of my fears of somehow or other I'm doing it wrong, when those all dissolve into the beautiful love essence as it is, and forgive yourself for that. Forgive yourself to allow yourself to be open to all the beauty and the wonder and the joy of life that is. I give thanks in knowing that Karen has clarity and this new beginning that she's creating is light, is easy, is knowing. The amazingness of it is that is able to put behind all the doubt. No more doubt, please. Doubt is gone. Know that you are a child of the light, that the light is there for you, that you are moving in the direction that you want to move into, and it is all good. I give thanks in the knowing of this as I release this thought unto the light, and so that Karen, excuse me, can move with such ease and grace. Sorry, I just had to drink a little drink there. As to ease and grace as she moves forward. And so God bless you, Karen. She said, Karen says, yes, the fear came up today. So dead on as always. Not me. You pick the numbers. The numbers give me the clues. That's why I'm going to incorporate them more, because I find when we have those three numbers, I have a really good cornerstone to work with. And then if I have what you want around those, that works too. Okay, the next person that sent me three numbers is Kathy. And Kathy sent me 16, 12, and 18. For those of you that know Tarot Higher Arcana cards, you can always look those up. What we get with this is that I didn't get any instruction with it, just the three numbers. And what we see here is that life has kind of dealt a blow of some kind. And there's an acceptance that's needed, tremendous acceptance, so that the fear, the indecision, in a way, I'm picking up unworthiness can be moved to a side. And the acceptance that life only ever adds to you and brings you what it is that you require and need for your steps forward. The essence of where you're heading and where you're going. This is such an important element for you to listen and think about acceptance. What is acceptance? Acceptance often means accepting things that you don't want, accepting the reality that is rather than what you want. And it's all about not being fearful of what life brings. With your first number, the 16, what I find is the most important element of this is letting go of conjecture, to accept what has happened so that you're free to rebuild. But you can't rebuild on what is old. You can't rebuild on what you have held on to. Holding on to anything does not work in space and time. One of the hardest things I think we as humans have is that letting go of what was, letting go of a dream, letting go of what we wish we had. It's almost like, well, why can't I have it that way? I want it that way. And it's like, no, there's that number 16 to me says, let go, rebuild. But the key is acceptance. And you not only in the first number is the key is acceptance, but in the second number is all about acceptance. Let go of your fear. Trust in the light. Know that you are loved beyond measure. Trust in the light, Kathy. Know that the light which equals love, always has your back and is always there to support you, no matter what. You need to allow it and accept that you are loved, you are worthy, and you can move forward. And I give thanks in this knowing as I release this thought, knowing that it is true for Kathy. And so it is. Amen. I see that we have a person. I'm says hello. Oh, I was just thinking of you. This is Rowan. Hi, Rowan. You helped me in 2021, changed my life. And kisses and a hug. Kiss and hug. Bless you. Thank you. I appreciate the comment. I really, really do. No matter what, we always like that little feedback that yes, it was helpful and not helpful. But anyway, I appreciate that, which is great. Now I have a have a one for a Mr. D. I do have 3 numbers, and they are 3, 11, and 19. Now, number 3 is the Empress in the higher arcana of the tarot, which is the law of love. Now, there's many kinds of love, but this talks about being at one and understanding in the commitment of spiritual journey that the love universe, the love energy of the universe, which is Earth, is what is paramount here, that it flows through you, that it is available. But in that lovingness that is there, we also have to commit ourselves to the true understanding of universal love. When we have a true understanding of universal love internally, then we are free to take that love out into the world in a beautiful way, as we can let go of any distress or any other things that harm us, that belittle us, that put us down and restrict us. There is love and light here. And so it is like, just know that you're committed to your journey. Your journey is your journey. So I'm just going to do a mental mind treatment on believing and committing to self, and to go with this, because I just feel we just need a little more confidence in the belief and the commitment, because number 11 is about commitment to the journey as you move forward. Now, I know there is one power in the one essence, and as I speak my word for Mr. D, I know that believing and committing in the self as there is a movement forward is an expansive and a tremendous opening. It's like stepping through almost like a looking glass, a mirror, a moving into a whole new awareness, because from where I sit, it's like the world opens up like a triangle. Beautiful, green, flourishing, anything. It's like I can go anywhere, do anything, and it nourishes me. It supports me. It brings me into a fruitation. I think that like becoming fruitful, being able to do what I want to do and have support, because I believe in the sense of self. I being Mr. D. I believe in me, and therefore I'm committing to myself no matter what anything else is going on, because I know who and what I am, because I'm connected to the love source. The love source works through me, for me, and I celebrate a new world, a new life, a new beingness as I commit myself to that journey and that journey only. I know and give the sense of freedom, love, light, joy, happiness. All those words are right there to take in and be represented. I give thanks in the knowing for Mr. D that this is an opening of life and love and joy and being. And we release this thought knowing it is true and done by saying, and so it is. Amen. And so it is. Okay, I have another from Jason. He says, thank you very much, Norma. This is brilliant. Appreciate it again. I really, yeah, I do. That's going brilliant. Oh, thank you. That's what my brother always talks. He always says things about being brilliant. I hadn't really equated it with me, but it was good. Thank you. We all need a little pat on the back every now and again. Okay, this is for Mr. J. I know who this person is personally, and this is a very, very close person to me in a way. So let me just organize myself here. I don't have any numbers now. So anybody who comes in, I need numbers if you want. Don't have to. You just write down what you want about, like Karen does. Okay. I know there is one power and one essence that is this world. I truly know that the love essence is so strong that comes from our beautiful earth to give for us to take and work. And in knowing that, I speak my word for Mr. J, knowing that physical healing is taking place with every breath that he has and takes. I know there are disappointments. I know there has been some words said that is perhaps not what you want to hear. But I also know that the love source, which I know you know, is there. And it's letting go the fear and letting go the sadness and even the denial. There's denial in here somehow. To let that go and allow the light of God, love of God to come in and absolutely complete that physical healing. To allow yourself time, to allow yourself to move into a state of grace, and to know that everything will be as it needs to be as you move forward. Love and light coming forward in all the things that are there. I give thanks in the knowing of this. I give thanks in the working of this. And I give thanks in the result of physical healing taking place gently, lovingly, and continually. And so it is. Amen. I have to take a big breath on that one. No, J, the three numbers, 11, 20, or 23. Okay, we don't have a 23, but that's between 1 and 22, but that's okay. I can work with that. 11, 23, and 8. There's a lot, in referring to this, there's a lot about decisions and commitments. It's like you know what you want, but it's like to commit. It's like stepping out into thin air when there's no ground underneath and knowing you're going to be okay. Now that's a metaphor. It's not a physicality. It's a metaphor. It's like you're ready to commit, but it's like, oh, do I really want to? And do I really have to? Because I really just want things to be the way I want. But what it tells me here is that you have the strength, the inner strength and inner purpose to work with your life to create what you want. You just need to get on board. You need to decide, commit, and know that you are supported by the universe, I say, or the love force, as I call it, as you move forward, that the energy, the strength, the purpose, the clarity, everything you require is given into you and onto you and with you. And I just want to say with that, I give thanks in knowing that that is occurring and that you're meaning to go forward with ease and grace, because once you have your purpose and your commitment, the strength of balancing the spiritual and the material worlds come together with such ease and grace. It is beautiful. So I give thanks in the knowing of this. I give thanks of knowing that you can move forward. I give thanks in all that it is as I release this thought by saying, and so it is. Amen. Amen. Okay, I'm going to now move on to another Mr. J, different person than before. I know within the one power and the one essence that Mr. J is absolutely getting to the point of allowing light to come into his best essence of being and to see the world in a different perspective. And as he sees that world in a different perspective, I know that it's like it's like the light coming through the bits of the dark. And as the dark is let go, as the dark works away, all these things begin to come in a whole new way. And I just feel so filled with joy and seeing these lights moving through the darkness. And light always takes away dark. And I'm just so thrilled to see this, because we have been doing mental mind treatments for Mr. J for some time. And we've gone from super dark to now that it's allowing the light to come in, and the light will break, and we'll keep on doing treatments for this. And for those of you out there that listen and you feel sometimes you're in the dark, just listen to this, because even though I speak my word for one person, it's for all of us. And we can all come through and work with that. I know that Mr. J is allowing light to come in and to begin to take away the darkness so that he can see differently, so that he can be different and make, therefore, different decisions that will enhance his life. And I give thanks in the knowingness as I release this thought out into the universe, knowing it is done. Mr. J is moving more and more with every breath into the light, which is love. And that's nice to know. And I have another thank you, beautiful thank you, and a couple thank yous. Thank yous. Nice, my thank you day today, which is really good. Okay, we're now going to go to a Mr. M, which is basically for a continued speedy recovery, and he's recovering well. Again, that this is the third week we have done a mental mind treatment for Mr. M. I know in the one power and the one light, as I speak my word for Mr. M, that the continued speedy recovery is continuing, that there is such a beautiful blossom of light and generosity is the word that comes to me as I move into the vibration. And it's just peaceful and happy, and there's movement and there's growth and there's progress, not only just in the health, but in all areas of Mr. M's life. I give thanks in the knowing of this. I give thanks as I release this thought for it to keep growing and being by saying, and so it is. Amen. I like that. Now, I had an email came in, which I will address, came in today, actually, a client of mine wanting some information, which I will email back to her. But in the meantime, I'm going to do a mental mind treatment. And some of you may want to also, as we call it, piggyback on this one because it's around moving. And I know we've got some other people that have talked about moving. This is for Miss D. I know in the one power, in the one essence of beautiful universal love energy, that Miss D has used this energy to support, help, clarify several times and other times. This time, this is about needing clarification on moving. Because I didn't have anything, I'm just putting numbers down myself, which I can do sometimes. And because I know this person, it's easier. What we see here is what we're needing clarification on is the yay or the nay. In other words, do I move there? Do I not move? What do I do? And funnily enough, this has happened several times with this particular client through the years. So that's why she's emailing again. What I got around this move is that there's a sense of love and a sense of commitment that's important here, but it's also a concern that what has been built and established will get torn down. And what it says is about having balance, creating the balance in your life. If you have a balance, if you have a sense of where and what you want, it's easy to keep in balance. It's easier to work with balance. It's when we're frightened or when we're scared or when we doubt that what we want will be there. One thing is certain, life changes. There are changes, and some of those changes we do not like very much. And so consequently, it's about learning, again, acceptance, learning how to reframe how we want things to be, especially when we're communicating with others and what we're going to do. But what I wanted to see here was as I move more into the mental mind treatment, because I know that this is all about love and balance and not get moving into fear of what could or may not be. So let's see what comes when we do the mental mind treatment. I know there is one power and one essence, and I know as I speak my word for Miss D, that there is love in so many places, in so many ways. And that the moving, actually, the move itself seems to be the hard part, not being there. It seems to be letting go of where you are, the movement in the direction of where you're going. And it says you can balance that all out because you will recreate what you want to recreate. The fears, the anxieties, all of those will dissipate as you create what you want. Now, often I like to look at not going and staying in, but I feel here that the sense of movement is strong, but the sense of believing of the movement is not as strong. And that's why we need the balance and the faith and the direction of where you're heading and where you're going. Your choice, of course, and you've got lots of choice, but it also says when you sometimes are moved to move, the mind gets in the way and creates the obstacles. And so this time it is time to allow those obstacles to dissipate. But I will be communicating with you and we will discuss it more fully. I give thanks in knowing this, and I give thanks in releasing, knowing that the light is strong for you, around you. And even as I see your path coming up, it is lit with golden light. You're walking on golden moonbeam stars or whatever. It's beautiful. And I give thanks as I release this by saying, and so it is. Amen. Okay. Now, for Miss M, I'm just going to go into treatment on this. I know there is one power and one essence, and I know that power works for us. And the key is for us to know. I don't mean here in the head, I mean in the heart, in the knowing sense that whatever goal it is that we want is done. We just have to catch up to the timeline on it. I therefore, as I move into the treatment of this, know that the goal is successfully reached. It's like we're at the goalposts. It's like I can hear it's like the ball's gone over the goalpost. It's like we're there. The goal is successfully reached. And now it's a matter of saying thank you, thank you, thank you. And so all doubt needs to totally dissipate and bathe in the glory of the light. And I see it as streams of light, almost like starlight, but I also see night stars as well. Night stars, beautiful golden stars coming in. It's like, yes, the goal is successfully reached. We are here. I've got my arms up like when you've got a goal. It's all super duper wonderful. I give thanks in the knowing of this. I give the thanks in the knowing for Miss M. I give thanks in knowing for all her friends. I give thanks in knowing that this energy, this love force that has our back all the time, leading us where we need to go, is created the beautiful goal and successfully reached. And so it is. Amen. And I'm just I don't have anything, and I have a few more thank yous, etc. I'm going to just do one more for myself, and you'll know when I do this why I'm finishing up on myself again tonight. And it's about, perfect. I think we've done really well. So this one is for me. I know there is one power and one essence, and it brings tears to my eyes because I've had to rely on what I know in the last few days continued. So anyway, my mental mind treatment tonight is for my continued healing on all levels, including the physical. I know the one power is there within me. I know it sustained me for several days in the last few days. I know that the healing that is happening, thanks to a friend of mine, has helped that along. That I am also healing on all levels, including this physical level. That I am being, in a sense, reborn in a different way, knowing what I love to do, knowing how I'll do it no matter what, knowing that all paths, it's like pathways are opening up, and I can walk on those pathways if I so choose. That the love of the universe is there, as I know, but it is there, and it is saying trust, and healing will continue on all levels. It will be there for you, and the physical is just going to move very, very well. I give thanks in the knowing of this, and I give thanks for being able to be here and be able to do these mental mind treatments for you. And just before I leave, I just want you to know that this universal love force that I talk about a lot when Norma talks, Sunday Thought, not so much, but it's there, and especially in the mental mind treatments, is real. And there's lots of ways you can test that and you can come to know that. And a lot of it is letting go of your fear, letting go of your anxiety, letting you go of what other people think of you, and allowing yourself to be you, totally, totally you. And so on that note, I'm just going to do a general prayer for everybody to close this off, and I'll close it off and I'll just say good night now. Have a great week. I'll see you on Wednesday. We're looking at number 3, the number 3 in the tarot. So that's always fun. Now, I know there's one power and one essence, and I know that any person who wants to connect into this love essence, it is there for them. And to allow that is to let go of what your thinking says, but to feel the love. As I call it, connecting to the love force. I do that with all my clients, connect them to the love force. Sometimes it takes longer for them to really understand that that love force is part of who they are. It's in every cell. Just bring it forward. And often we forget because we're mental people, and we forget that the real essence of love for ourselves, so that we can put it out and be with one. I know that it is available for each and every person who hears this, and each and every person who walks on the planet. There's many paths to the top of the hill, and one of them is connection to the beautiful divine love force. I give thanks in the knowing that this love force is available for each and every person. I give thanks in knowing that the release of fear, over mentalization, and anything else that disturbs. But when you commit to the force of light and choose love, universal love, it does change your life. I give thanks and knowing this for any person who also wants to choose the path. And I release this knowing that it is true and it is done for those that want to, you might say, breathe it in. And so with that, I say thank you, good night, and enjoy. Bless your hearts, all of you. Bye for now.